All right, that's our clicker. All right, so we got Brian here. We've got Kanteltec. We've got Pineapple Zombie is our streaming screen. All right, Alan's here. So I guess let's just get a soft start while we're waiting for people to get here. I think we're expecting a few more to show up. I think Wally's supposed to be here. Maybe Jorge. So how's everybody doing tonight? What's going on in the crowd? So let's get we're having a soft start, waiting for people to get here. Well, loosely, let me see. We did our NFT drop. I guess the first thing we can also get going is all right. So I messed up the POAP bot tonight. So the password for the POAP is Rusty Guy, and it's only going to be open for the duration of the show because I accidentally only set it for an hour. So you might want to go claim your POAP now while we got a dead moment before we get started. I'm doing mine right now just to make sure. So if I'm doing it, you should go ahead and do it too. Oh crap. Yep, somebody's already asking me for the code. If you were in the live stream. Anyway, so yeah, so what we're doing tonight is we dropped a new NFT, and that was just kind of a last minute decision because I signed up for Try Showtime through Polygon as a Genesis creator, and they approved us. So they were like, meant something. So we had this idea that we had been sitting on for a while, and it is the Final Nights of Zann, which was our first. It was our first short film that we put into festivals and things, and the GIF is a really cool scene from the film. And if you are a holder of the NFT, we will link you to the Google Drive that has the short film, some artwork, zine, which is like the music of Eric Zann by H.P. Lovecraft turned into a zine by Gerline. And it'll also have the full-length album, which is like 25 minutes of the same music that is in the short film, which was made before the short film, and she made the short film in reference to that. So anyway, that is, if you go check out in the other channels, we got social media drop, and I also dropped it in the OpenSea channel. That's where the NFT is for sale, and that is 0.01 ETH on MATIC Mainnet, so it's really cheap gas. And that's the first time we minted on Polygon, so really cool. Excited to see how that's going to go. And yeah, and like I said, if you want to get the POAP, the password, I wrote it in the POAP bot channel. It's Rusty Guy, one word. That is who's on the picture of the POAP, the third member of Cuddle Club, Mr. Rusty Guy. And here's Wally joining us. And Yitiao. Yeah, I can't, we all got crazy names. Pineapple Zombie over here. Cat number 2 was actually a German Shepherd, and yes, that was 2 weeks ago. So we didn't do an episode last week, and the reason we didn't do that is because we got hit with Hurricane Ida. We had no Wi-Fi, no power. We were sitting in the dark.
For a little over a week.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was 8 days. Power. Actually, the power came on probably. Yeah, it was a little over a week. It was like 7 days and 4 hours. I was counting.
So, natural disasters are not our fault. We have no control over
Yeah. But
the weather.
it was, it wasn't that bad. I've been through worse. It wasn't any worse than going to Bonnaroo. It was it was really not worse than Bonnaroo.
Without the music, though.
Yeah, there was no music.
There was no hanging out with friends, no music.
No hallucinogens. We really did it wrong.
See, he was so calm during the hurricane. This is the thing about him. We can be going through a horrible hurricane and he'll just be listening to music and so I'm free. I am not as calm. Like, I am nervous and I can't do anything. And then the day after the hurricane, he was a little bit panicking, right? Like, you wanted to leave.
Yeah, like, I went through Katrina, so like that was a huge deal because, I stayed for Katrina thinking, oh, no big deal. And then I got stuck in an apartment for 4 days because the water didn't go anywhere. And then after that, I got stuck in Houston for a month. And then I got home and lived with no power for like ever.
For how many months?
Well, I lived in my mom's house with no power for 3 months. And then I lived in this apartment for another,
What, 4 months?
3 or 4 months with no power in the winter months. So, I guess after the storm, when everything was like, the news was over exaggerating, you're not going to have power for till November 2nd. And I'm like, oh crap, I should leave. Like,
and but that's true. Like, the news and even our neighbors were saying things like it's going to be 3 weeks minimum before we get power again. And some places were saying November, and that just didn't make sense to me. I said logically that I was like, how? Like, how can we be without power till November? So
yeah, I mean, Ida was a wind event. Katrina was a water event. It was bad because the water didn't go anywhere for a week, and people, you couldn't get in to do anything about it. So this wasn't quite as bad. I know some people got hit pretty hard though, so it just wasn't as bad.
Outside New Orleans, people got hit really bad.
Yeah.
But in New Orleans, it was people were driving around the day after the storm.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think Katrina fucked up a lot of people as people.
So I didn't blame you because he was like, we should evacuate, and I said, well, you should leave if you want to, but I'm gonna stay.
It was almost like I was having preemptive internet withdrawal because I was like, no, like I need to go because I'm doing this stuff with DAO and NFTs and I'm trying to like release all this stuff on the internet and I need to be around the internet. I can't live in the dark for 6 months. That's where I'm like, no. It's like, I can no longer do this. 2005 was a very different time.
But a lot of people had the same impulse as you when they left.
Yeah.
And I think I was the calm one because I've never been through that. So I just was like optimistic for no reason. Like, I had no reason to feel like things were going to be okay. But for some reason, I just was like, no, there's no way, like, it's going to be that bad.
It was anniversary of Katrina, and it was also the anniversary of rent. So a lot of people were like, I am not going to pay rent when I have no power.
No, that's true.
And they left.
I mean, now it's crazy because people are like, can't come back because their apartments got damaged, but then the landlords still want their rent. And they were like, well, I can't live in there.
We got Miss Joe here trying to interfere with the show.
That's a thing that people are like stressing out now because now they're trying to come back and they have to like hope that their homes are okay. And we just stayed. So I'm glad we stayed. I think it wasn't that bad.
Well, we also got lucky. We got power Sunday night. Some people didn't get power till today. You know, some people probably still don't have power right now. So it's not over for everybody. Yeah. It was interesting though, because she's right. I was so calm leading up to the storm. You know, we get so many like, it's coming right for us, and then it doesn't come right for us.
And I warn you every time because like I have a garden, so I'm like I don't want it to be wiped out, so I pay attention to the weather. And I'm always telling him, "Oh, it could happen. It could hit us. It could hit us." He never believes me.
Yeah.
I was right.
But I was calm leading up to it. Like, you know, you can see my YouTube videos leading up to the whole thing. I am seriously like more worried about winning an Avogacci. That was my whole weekend. I was like,
it wasn't just the weekend. It was like the end of the week. It was like
yeah, it started on Thursday.
It was days and days.
Yeah.
No, it was crazy because I would. Did I mention this that like in the last one that like I would have to wake him up in the middle of the night if he got outbid. So he left his computer on, and so I had to stay up really late.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. If it was going, I don't know, maybe I was being a little too on it, but that's not true, because the first night she actually woke me up a couple times and I got outbid like a few hours in a row. But it's kind of funny because the last bid I did actually held on for like 3 days. So I think that bid was on Saturday, or maybe it was on Friday, and that bid held up for 2 days until the auction ended. So that was kind of funny because I was so on top of bidding immediately when it happened before. But that was because of the bid to earn, because I didn't want to, like, the floor was moving quick. And that was another thing, maybe why I didn't get chased out of the second one. Because my first couple of bids, I was chasing the floor. And then later I was like, wait, I'm chasing the floor on these low bid to earn rewards. I need to go for like medium rewards. And I just put in more money, a little more money, and I bid for the middle. And then I realized, like, without the floor, the floor chasing me, my bid sat there. And towards the end of the auction, I want to say the floor got to like 299 and climbed up to 300, but I was at 302.5, and before the auction ended, the floor never reached me. So it was funny because when I was looking through the auction, I couldn't find my number, my token number, my portal number, whatever it was. Like, so whatever it was, where it happened to be wasn't loading up correctly from the Oracle. So that was another reason I probably skirted through, because since I wasn't chasing the floor anymore, I was just lost in the middle, and you would literally have had to like catch up to me in order to get my bid. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, leading up to the storm, all I cared about was winning this Avogacci. And then I think the auction ended at 9:30 that morning. I win the Avogacci, and then by 2 o'clock that day, I have no power. I can't open the portal. I still haven't opened the portal because, you know, we went 8 days with no power, and I want to open the portal. You know, I want to record the whole thing and kind of get into the whole thing with Avogacci. If it's interesting enough, I'm going to try to add some like Avogacci segments to the YouTube channel and have that be a weekly thing. You know, if it's really interesting, I might start up a Twitch channel to do live streams of me playing, but I have no idea what to expect yet. You know, I have no idea what's going to happen with that.
I feel like he could talk for the whole hour about this.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know that much yet. There's so much to learn. There's a lot of people that just joined us for the PO app. You need to go over to the PO app bot, send them a message. The code is Rusty Guy, one word. The PO apps ran out. Are you serious? How's that? There were 100 of them. There's not even 100 people here. What are they just giving them out on Twitter or something?
What happened?
I have no idea. That's crazy. Wait, what? There's not even 100 people here. That's crazy. All right, well, that's nuts. No, you gotta send the Poet bot a private message for it, but I don't know. But yeah, Jorge's saying they ran out. He probably would know. He probably figured it out. Yeah, okay, that's weird. Oh, what? I don't even understand how that works, but yeah, okay. So,
So how do we prevent that from happening next time?
yeah, I'm gonna have to catch up. Oh, make 5,000. All right, so we're just gonna make infinity POAPs next time. No, I guess what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna do this.
Do individual with
Yeah, the first time I did it, I had to like send everybody a private message. So
yeah.
we are recording this, so we will keep we'll keep a list of everybody that came, and we'll just get it to you as soon as possible because I'm gonna have to do a whole nother batch. And I'm not gonna do that tonight because it's already late. So, all right, so we got into Avagachis. Like I said, I think I'm gonna start on that tomorrow. I'm gonna open the portal up tomorrow. Figure out, yeah, because the way that works is you open the portal. There's 10 Avagachis in there. You get to choose, and we'll see how it goes. What else? I thought, it was kind of interesting. This is a thought that came to my mind. Like 2 months ago, it was like this huge deal. It was like, oh, Cardano is bringing, cryptocurrency to Ethiopia. And then I'm sitting here last week in the dark, like, well, shit, man. My cryptocurrency's not really doing me any good right now, sitting in the dark. So, like, is it really doing people any good in Ethiopia? Like, how is cryptocurrency really helping third world countries? Was kind of a thing that popped into my head.
Yeah. I mean, you need a reliable power and internet.
Right. Like, if you put all your money on the internet and now you don't have internet, you don't have money.
Anything.
You know? Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying is like, you can't really have a cashless society when the internet stops working.
Because people needed that. Like, you had cash on you. Like, he was going to go deposit some cash, and then he thought, no, I should keep it because that's a big problem.
Right. Yeah, I mean, still, there's lots of places that the credit cards are down. So
it was crazy.
Cash only.
It was really crazy because people were really.
Hold on, I'm gonna go over to the chat so we can read that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what the hell? All right. Well, yeah, Jorge's saying that they're saying a bottle cost, instead of saying a water bottle costs $2, they're pricing it in Bitcoin. But like I said, that only works when you have internet. Like when the power goes out, people start using anything as money.
Yeah. It becomes crazy because like people were lined up like for a mile for gas, and then they ran.
It's worse than that. There were a lot of people get shot. There was at least 2 people who got shot over gas.
I heard that it was stolen. Some place was giving away gas for free to anyone who would come, and then the people who got gas were robbed for the gas. And then it was crazy.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, people really thought the world was over. Like, it's crazy. Like, yeah.
A lot of people left because they really, I think, panicked. Well, I didn't hear about the people getting shot over gas.
Yeah, somebody got shot for gas.
Oh, also, a person was apparently killed by an alligator after the storm or during the storm.
What?
You didn't hear about this?
No.
A man in Slidell went out, I guess, afterwards. It was flooded, and there was an alligator, and it grabbed him, and it like pulled him away, and it killed him. And his wife watched it happen.
Jeez.
Yeah.
The only thing I heard about the alligator is there is an alligator in a dumpster.
That's a different one.
Yeah, there's an alligator hanging out of a roll-up dumpster on a street in New Orleans. Nobody knows why. We haven't heard the whole story yet.
Well, there are alligators here.
Yeah. But, you know, it wasn't a water event, so I don't know how the alligator got there.
Well, this was like in Slidell or something.
What?
The alligator attack.
Yeah.
So it wasn't here. I think there might have been more water over there. But it's people have like in the bayou.
Mm-hmm.
There's alligators in there, and so people I see them like letting their dogs go swimming in there, and I'm always like I don't know how they trust it to like just let their dogs go swimming with alligators.
Well, she calls it a bayou, but it's a man-made bayou.
It's man-made. That makes it even weirder, though.
But there's alligators in it.
It's a man-made canal with alligators in it, and I don't know how they got in there.
It connects to City Park, so.
A park. Our parks have alligators in them.
Well, it is what? The second largest park. It's the second largest city park in the United States. The first being
Central Park.
Central Park.
And imagine having alligators in Central Park in New York City. That's what we live
I'm sure there's worse.
There's sewer rats. There's mutant Ninja Turtles.
There you go. Those damn turtles. So, yeah. We ran out of POAPs, but we didn't run out of NFTs. So if you want to check that out, no. All right, so. Oh
no.
Oh, Bobby has joined the party early.
Well, he wants to be a part of Cuddle Club, so.
Yep, this is Bob. He will be on the POAP soon enough.
He's very aggressive.
All right. So, hey, you want to Kanteltec, you want to jump in and let's start talking about your project. That's the one everybody who's in the text channel, you'll see I linked up there his server.
Yeah, sure. Hey.
Yeah, cool.
Hi.
Hi, yeah. Thanks so much for letting me talk about my project.
Yeah, no problem.
So, I guess I can just jump into kind of why I made it. So, I've always kind of been a collector of like weird objects, like old wooden things, weird metal things, things with interesting character to them, old things, and I wanted to make something that had this sort of digital version of that, where something with something that there could only be one of, something that can only exist as a digital object, these sort of artifacts that have an impossible mathematical shape, or some that are very simple, just to get a variety. And I think I made them all. It was honestly probably like 2 months of work that I condensed down into 3 weeks of staying up every night until like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And I just tried to make each one as absolutely beautiful as possible, to make every piece a gem, something that you could wear on a ring, or I don't know, have on your wall. Just, I don't know. It's kind of just like my little I don't know, little two cent spiel, I guess.
Okay, cool. Actually, I'm trying to see if I can like get it up on my screen.
Yeah, let me.
somehow.
Yeah, I was about to say, let me. I can.
Or if you can screen share, if you wanna.
Can I post images to your chat here?
Yeah. Go ahead and do that. That'll work too.
Sweet. Yeah, I was about to say I
Yeah.
should probably show something. That would.
Yeah, I really like it. I was checking out a bunch of them.
I didn't get to see enough of them.
Oh, yeah, I'll clip. Yeah, here you go. You can see some there. So yeah, what I found really interesting, I love the shapes and the colors. Like I like your work because I like the whatever you're creating in. I like how it's got hard and soft lines, and the color is really gradual. But for me, I found it really interesting, especially because I'm really into like just picking numbers that I like
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
shapes that I like, and I like that they're all this 333 theme is going on.
Yeah, I have a thing for repeating numbers like that. And I do have a thing for numbers too, where sometimes I'll pick something solely for the number. um,
Exactly. Exactly. That's cool.
yeah. Um, yeah, thank you so much. I'm glad you dig it. Yeah, I tried to make them have enough right that some do have those hard edges, some have very rounded edges, and just a whole lot of variety. Something that, everybody would be able to find, something that they liked in a way. And I like so yeah, it's like dolphin, shark, and snake. Um, yeah.
Oh, that's
um,
awesome.
yeah, a lot of them end up looking like, animals or items or flowers or anything.
Now it kind of reminds me. I saw this video. It was like the Museum of Possible Life or something like that. It's like about like alien. Yeah, I like that one right there.
Mhm.
Yep. But yeah, it's something about like possible alien life on other planets, and it's like all of these different weird life forms, and that it kind of reminds me of that
Yeah,
because it was all CG work. It was all very like conceptual.
yeah. No,
It's
that sounds really cool.
it looks very like meditative. I feel like the process of making this would be very like almost relaxing
It really
because
was.
of the
No,
lines. Like there's a smoothness to it. There's sharp and soft edges, and I it has a very relaxing quality to it.
that's awesome though. Thank you so much. I'm glad you see that. And it really was. No, it really was really relaxing. I mean, I zoned absolutely into it, honestly, for, could be between like 5 and 10 hours at a time. I would just sit here and just craft these things because it really was meditative. I was absolutely in the flow that
Yeah,
it didn't bother me to do it. I just had a lot of fun with it. It was like, it's just like digital sculpting,
yeah.
just kind of letting my mind be like, all right, let's try and just make something, see what happens. And
Did,
here we go.
and so, how long did it take you to make all of them
Oh,
from the first one to the most
oh
recent
my
one?
gosh. I, you know, I don't know. I kind of lost track of the hours.
Oh, that's awesome, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe could be maybe 80, 90 hours, maybe.
Okay.
For all in all, I mean, that's to make them all, then to texture them. It's a bit of a process. So the way I went through it, I modeled maybe 500 of them, and then I picked through my 333 favorites, and then I'd
Yeah.
go through and I'd find colors that I thought were best suited for the shape. Kind of, I've heard this thing that when you name an object, you pick a name that has the feeling of the object. And I tried to do that with the colors in a way, kind of get a
Hmm.
color that fits the vibe. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing, but
Yeah. No, it's very cool. And also, did you notice like a difference between like
Pulling the kid.
did you notice a difference between like the first one and like as you progressed, did it become easier to do them, or did it kind of become more challenging because you're like running out of ideas, or was it?
that that is exactly it. I did have more trouble the longer I was doing it because I was like, all right, I've already pulled this thing so many ways. How many more
Yeah.
ways can I pull, pull a sphere into something? So I would have to like go to sleep, take a break, and then I'd find if I came back to it with a fresh set of eyes that I would be able to do something different. Um,
Yeah.
because yeah, you were right that after a while, I definitely found myself doing a similar thing, and I didn't want to
Yeah.
make any of them too much alike.
Hmm. Yeah, I've lately, for the past almost a month now, I've been doing like a drawing a day that has nothing to do with any of the projects I'm working on or any of the jobs I'm working on. It has to just be like automatic drawing, whatever comes to mind. And I've been doing it for almost a month now, and maybe I'm getting to a point where I'm like, am I running out of ideas? And I feel like I shouldn't, because it hasn't even been a month yet. It hasn't even been 30 days. But it's also just like the discipline to keep doing it. So one of the things, like, I commend you, because I think it takes a lot of discipline to say you're going to work on this project and kind of follow through with it, regardless of, did you have an idea of how many you wanted to create, or was it just kind of open ended?
It was a little open-ended. I mean, I knew I wanted it to be some sort of special number. And I figured I can either do 111, which I didn't feel like was enough, and then I didn't
Okay.
want to do like 666 just because that number kind of has a little bit more of a negative connotation. So if it
Uh
wasn't
huh.
that, it was gonna have to be like, 777 or 888, and I was like, I don't know if I can make 800 of them. I certainly could in the future, but I wanted to get something out. But yeah, I definitely feel you that you just need to push through, and the consistency is really what's going to get
Right.
you there. Um, and I earlier this year I did 100 days, making art a day, and I would feel, and around the 30-day mark, I was starting to feel a little burnt out already, and I was like, I don't know, should I keep pushing? Can I really do this? But
Yeah.
I did find that if I just relaxed and kind of let my mind just do whatever, I would be able to keep doing it, and it wasn't as stressful. Once I kind of made a thing about it, like, oh, I have to do this,
Yeah.
does get a little bit more stressful. And if you just let the art flow, you can just you're gonna be great. I would love to see some of these drawings. Do you have them anywhere?
Uh, we have a Patreon, and I've been dropping one a day for the past. I just started it. It's been like 3 days, but I do want to do something else with it. And I thought, what if I compiled like 100 of these drawings, and then from that did some sort of animated film or something? I don't know. At this point, I'm just trying to like be consistent enough to do it every day. But the problem for me is, I think I feel like I have to do it. Well, now it's a job.
Yeah,
And then you also, like, when you start thinking of it as a job, it's not as much
yeah.
fun, you're not as creative. So I'm like at the 30-day mark where I'm kind of starting to feel like I don't know if I have, the ideas, or even just like sometimes I'm like, do I have the time today to do it? So I your work inspires me, so I feel like I need to just keep doing it. And it's I feel like it wouldn't be impactful as a collection unless I do like 200 of them or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even at a point where it's impressive yet.
No, no, don't say that. It's definitely impressive, even to do 30 days. I feel like there's that thing that once you do something for 30 days, you formed a habit, and then it's much easier to keep going. And I'd say,
Yeah.
100 is definitely at least is an impressive number. Or you could just do 99, 77 or
Yeah.
something like that. But yeah, I'm very glad I inspired you. That means a lot. Um,
No, I really like the shapes you created and the color. And what program did you make these
I
in?
did all of these in Blender, so all
Oh,
all for
cool.
free.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blender is an absolutely amazing piece of software. I can't believe how powerful it is for how free it is. I mean, you just can't beat
No,
that.
it's great. I was complaining about like Adobe, their package, where it used to be that you could just buy it, and now you have to pay for it every month.
Mm.
And it's a subscription basically. But Blender is, yeah, I recently installed it, and I don't know how to use it, and it looks very intimidating.
It,
And
yeah.
I've been watching YouTube videos, and they aren't helpful, and so maybe I
Oh,
need to just like go and do it little, like follow along exactly what they're doing,
yeah.
and maybe it'll make more sense. But I don't think it's one of those things where you can passively watch it. And maybe for some people, but for me, I feel like I have to actually like follow along and do whatever it is they're doing, and like pause the video and figure it out. because I've learned a lot of stuff on YouTube. Like whenever I don't know how to do something, I just look it up on YouTube, and you can learn pretty much anything.
Oh yeah.
So I'm hoping I can learn Blender from YouTube.
You'll be able to. That's how I learned Blender too, and there was a bit of a learning curve at first for sure. I mean, kind of as there is with any new thing, but it definitely helps. And I'm willing to offer, if you have a specific question, I'm definitely willing to help figure it out. That was kind of my thing in the beginning. When I had a question, I was like, all right, how do I Google what I need to ask? I don't know what I need to ask.
Yeah.
So, if you ever need to swing, anything, I'm not an expert, but I'd be happy to help. And I do think you can learn everything from YouTube. There's a lot of great tutorials out there. Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll be.
Right now, I'm at the like, what is this? Like, what is everything?
Yeah,
So there is no specific question other than like, what is this entire
yeah.
like, program? So I just need to put some time into it. And again, like it's one of those things, I think once I get into it, it'll start making more sense. And I'm really excited about learning it too, because I play around, because I do a lot of stuff by hand and then I work it in Photoshop. So it's a lot of multimedia work. And Photoshop has this really basic 3D rendering tool, and it's really awful 3D. And I love it though, because it looks like it's so outdated, because all the PO-ops that I've been doing have been 3D rendered in Photoshop. So there is like an aesthetic there
Yeah.
that, is kind of specific. It's bad.
Yeah.
But I would
there is
like
an aesthetic for that. That kind of 90s look almost.
Yes.
Like, yeah, it is
That's
it is coming
exactly what
back.
it
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We've got some in some old Piero trailers, the dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, that's true. I did a lot of bad 3D stuff. And
It's almost like balloons.
Yeah.
They're like those nylon balloons.
Well, what happens is you draw it flat using like a basic marker brush, and then you can just select it to turn 3D. And then it just creates the shape. You don't actually like manipulate it once it's in a 3D form. It's basically whatever the program decides, whatever it interprets that shape as.
It's super cool. I didn't know Photoshop could do that. Actually.
Yeah.
That's neat.
I've gotten good with Photoshop.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I do a little bit of multimedia for these too. I render it out and then I do a couple passes in Photoshop.
Oh, okay.
So to kind of get that, really bring out the brilliance. So it is a multi-staged process to make the shapes. I'll render each one out, color it, put the glow effect behind it, really make sure everyone is polished, and send them out. So
Okay.
it's a lot of just pressing the same, like export 300 times. But that's so cool. I had no idea Photoshop could do anything 3D.
Yeah,
it's something.
bad. Like, be prepared to like not be impressed, especially if you're familiar with Blender and you're kind of spoiled by like all the toys that you have available to you. But it's its own look, and it's kind of fun to be able to just draw something. There is no like, I think it's a bit more complicated in Blender. With this, it's really straightforward.
Yeah, but that aesthetic does sound cool. So you could definitely get some cool results out of that, it seems.
Yeah. It just, you can't take it too seriously.
Yeah, well,
It has to be like a fun.
that's what art's about. It's about just having fun, and the accidents are the things that end up being the most amazing.
That's true. That's true. No, this is like really cool. It definitely inspires me to like, first of all, keep doing my drawings, and then second of all, to learn Blender.
Yes. Awesome. I love it. Keep at it every day. Yeah, I'll always try and learn. I mean, 'cause you don't want to get rusty, you know? I mean, once you're in that flow, you just can build on everything you've learned so much quicker if you just have that consistency. But yeah, I definitely try and learn Blender. It's a lot of fun. I mean, and honestly, like these shape things it's not like super advanced if you ever wanted to make something like this. So
yeah.
give it
No, they're really cool. I mean, I wanted to learn Blender for the purpose of like animating
Oh,
because it's
yeah.
a great animation program.
Yeah.
So I figured like why not kind of like, because I do a lot of like hand drawn animation and then digital stuff in Photoshop, but it would be nice to be able to learn something a little bit more current, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. Yeah. Yeah, right.
So, what else are you planning to do with this project? Can you leak some alpha to everybody who showed up tonight?
Yeah, yeah. So this is kind of a part one of a larger project I want to make with other shapes. I mean, the next step I want to do kind of portraits made out of shapes, and I was thinking of doing something generative with it, where I'd set a bunch of traits. I'm not doing a 10,000 project, or maybe like a 3,333. I'm sticking with the threes, and then everybody who has a shape, they'll get a specific portrait catered to the look of their shape, whether that is the color, the general kind of shapiness of it. And just as a reward for everybody who bought one of the original series. So
Cool.
no, that's a hint for everybody. If you're
There you
interested,
go.
I can't promise a date on when that's going to come out yet, but
Right.
just because the coding is a little bit more tricky for a project like that, but it's definitely something I want to do as soon as possible, and as soon as all
Cool.
these sell out. So,
Yeah.
Right.
And are you like an artist? Did you like learn or have you always created art, or like is this related to like what you do for like a day job or anything?
no, I wish this was my day job. No, I am a, I guess, professional artist in quotes. I went to art school and everything. This is kind of what I like to do for fun. This is the kind of art I'd like to make. The kind of stuff that I
Yeah.
make for work is a little bit more corporate. Yeah, I'm a motion graphics artist by
Okay.
trade. So a lot of After Effects kind of stuff. I have used Blender a little bit for work, and then I do a lot of freelance. Could be logo design, promo videos. Really, really anything. Honestly, anything anybody asks, I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do my best. Knock it out of the park. I
Uh-huh.
always, I don't know. I heard somebody say that, just take every job, and it's better for your portfolio. So I try and do a little bit of everything. But no, unfortunately, my day job does not let me do colorful things like this. So I'm trying to, bring that little bit of magic um, to my personal work, to my collection.
Yeah, well, my shirt says "Quit work, make music." But
Yeah.
I want to make something that says "Quit work, make NFTs."
Oh my God. Yeah, yeah, sign me
Nice.
up for two of those. I mean, I would love to quit my job and just do NFTs all day, every day, but I just don't think, I don't know, I'm not ready to like take the plunge yet because I don't know. I'd like to kind of build up my art name a little bit. Because
Yeah.
I mean, for years I had been afraid to like put myself out there and to try and like, share what I'm about. And it wasn't until I discovered NFTs I was like, okay, this is the last straw. I need to just go all in, and just see what happens. And that was in March. So
Nice. Yeah, that's when we got into it. Yeah.
yeah, I think a lot
Same.
of people got into NFTs in March after, I don't know if it was around the Beeple thing, um, or what.
Yeah, it was definitely around then. Like, and then I think Mark Cuban was on Bankless talking
Oh
about
yeah,
NFTs, and it was just a whole bunch of stuff at the same time.
yeah.
Uh, and then obviously it's happening again with, I guess now the catalyst was Three Arrows Capital buying
Oh
CryptoPunks.
yeah, yeah. I saw that. I was like, oh yeah, this is NFTs are not going anywhere. That's for sure.
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, this space is like is just so incredible. The amount of people that I have met in this space, it's just been amazing. I mean, this is just such a new form of art and everything, really, and we're just at the surface of what NFTs can be, and it's amazing to. I feel like we're all on the new frontier, and
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah, I mean that the thing that they're doing with loot, that's like totally, that's crazy. I don't know if you've seen any of that stuff, but they're basically repackaging Dungeons and
Yeah,
Dragons for NFTs,
yeah,
like each NFT is 8 properties.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's super
it's gonna
cool.
be interesting to see where that goes. But yeah, I was telling Gurleen earlier, like, that's someone actually thinking about the NFT as format and not just saying like, oh, I'm gonna put an image or a video or a song on an NFT. It's like, no, what is an NFT as far as format?
Yeah. That is really
Um,
interesting, the different types of projects that people are using. I saw a couple months ago that somebody sold like a virtual reality house as an NFT. I thought that was
yeah,
super cool too.
yeah,
It's like
that's
it was
yeah.
like a Mars house or something. I don't know. It was some
I
that'd
have seen like people putting Decentraland plots and Sandbox plots on OpenSea and
uh,
Rarible, and I'm like, how does that work? Like, how do I
I don't
don't?
know.
Yeah,
I don't have it. I have not been on Decentraland yet. I I really should. It seems pretty cool. I think
yeah,
for
we've
like
spent some time there,
yeah,
and one of our people in the chat has a museum that we've been working with,
oh, nice.
trying to do some. Yeah, so I'm really interested in the whole metaverse stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Jump in there, Jorge. Get in there. Let's talk about it.
Crypto market. Oh, the crypto
Hey,
market, the crash. I think it's gonna be fine. I think we're all gonna be fine and become
Yeah.
millionaires.
Up only.
Yeah. Oh, well, in the long term, honestly, I think up only. I mean, I'm willing to bet.
Yep. What's up, Jorge? Jump in there.
hey, so how are you guys? How's everything?
Oh,
Hey,
excellent. Much better.
Good. I'm very happy that nothing bad happened. I was worried. I was like, he's gone. Where did he go?
We got swept away in the wind. We're gone.
Oh
It's
my
over.
gosh. Yeah, because I survived the eyeball of Katrina was like passing right next to like 1 block away from my house.
oh
Like,
man.
Oh man.
Wow.
yeah, I thought my house was gonna go away because my roof was just like vibrating so hard. It was crazy. But anyway, so the whole thing with the with DCL, at least on my end, how they do everything is kind of interesting. Like, at the beginning I was like, what is DCL, and like Decentraland, and what are all these NFTs? Because I was like, I didn't even know, like, what all of this is. But right now, DCL, I would say it's like a place. Like, first of all, it's like a really good marketing place. Like, if you want to market any projects that you may have, I would say DCL is like probably one of the best places to do it, because there's a lot of people that are interested in art that are just in DCL. And then the second thing is like, from what I've seen from all the projects that I've seen houses, like you said. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like, because what happens is that some people own land. So you own like a parcel, or maybe like a 1x2 parcel, and they need some sort of building. And so some people are builders, so they go on 3D like Blender, and then they go to the NFT like OpenSea. They upload a .glb file, and they sell that, right? And they has unlock, right? You can unlock something that the creator gives. It could be the access to a Google Drive that has the .glb, so you can just download it and put it. Um, you know,
Okay.
yeah, it's crazy. So they sell many things. There was actually there was a fashion designer from France that joined our server, and she was selling like, okay, so in OpenSea it's like a cloth, right? Like you can wear that. It's like a dress. But when you unlock it, you get access to a what is this one? I think it's a TLS. Do you guys know what a .tls file is? No.
No.
No, I don't.
So it's basically I mean, in engineering, we use this for doing 3D printing. So yeah,
Oh.
so what she did was that she was giving away the file that you could use to 3D print the clothing, and at the same time, if you I think you also own the clothing, so like she will ship it to you, which is kind of crazy because you own the file to print it, and then you own the clothing, and then you own the NFT.
Yeah,
So
that's
We're
pretty
going to
cool.
do that.
oh, you guys
That's
are gonna do
very
that?
cool.
Yeah.
Well, because I don't know if anyone knows this, but I went to school for fashion design. And so recently I've been getting back into design, and I'm designing a collection to go with an animated mini series that we're developing. Because I feel like after all these years, I was like, I want to integrate my fashion design background with animation and storytelling. And we've been thinking about how we can, have NFTs and then also, have like, a garment attached to it.
Yeah,
that
that's
we send to
something
people.
like with NFTs, I really want to do more like that was something I thought of from the beginning is doing physical items attached to it. Like the one we just dropped tonight, the Final Nights of Zann, you get the whole digital package with it of the film and the zine and all that stuff. So I really like the metadata part of NFTs and giving people stuff when they get the NFT. But yeah, I like the physical artifact part of it too. Like
3D printing is really cool.
that's really cool. Yeah,
I
like
really like that
3D
idea.
printing things is a good idea. I was listening earlier to an artist I like previous to NFTs, Dalek. He's doing a project where he's doing a profile picture project, but it gives you like basically it's a backstage pass to getting physical artifacts like toys and T-shirts and prints or whatever he's doing. So I kind of like that aspect of tying. I've been thinking about NFTs a little bit, kind of like your fan club. Like back in the day, you'd signed up for a mailing list for a fan club, and you'd get demos, cassette demos in the mail, like early before the CD, before it ever came out or whatever. And it's kind of like that. If you have your community and you have all their addresses, you can, send them stuff and drop them stuff randomly if you want. And I like that aspect of it. So.
Yeah, the community aspect is really cool, and that's what I love about NFTs so much is that everybody you can get a little group for you and your friends and everybody who likes the same art or likes the same idea. And I do like that as a creator to be able to instantly send anybody anything. I mean, you can airdrop anybody any other NFT you want. I mean, physical things are a little bit harder to send, I suppose, but it is
Right.
really cool to kind of knit yourself this little. Yeah, it's like a backstage pass. You need
Right.
this little community. Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah,
Hey, I have a question
I mean,
about that 3D printed clothing. What kind of printer do you need to print like a garment?
Oh, well, apparently what she was saying that was that she was doing research into that. So it was like her own material, which she didn't tell me, obviously, for some obvious reasons.
Right.
But she was trying to use a PLA though. That I
Oh,
did know
wow.
that. She was trying to use some sort of PLA form.
Okay. Yeah, because I was just wondering, I was like, I mean, I could print out a shirt, but I'm not going to be able to get into it. It's going to be all hard.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna try right now and see if I can find her link.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I'd love to know. Yeah, I assumed you'd need some special material. I don't know if she would, send you a spool of whatever it is.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found
Well,
her.
it would be really like for something like that. I'm like, it would be really easy to do something like jewelry or something. Like
Yes.
for jewelry designers, accessory designers, it's something they could do like really easily.
yeah.
Like for something like that, you know? Like even lately I've had a hard time like getting back into work after having a week of no power and like being forced to not sit at a computer all day. So like I've been making these like clay flowers just obsessively. I have so many of them now, and I'm gonna like make them into jewelry or something. And I was like, well, that's something that could easily be like 3D printed. And
Oh yeah, that's true.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of you're right. Like I think a lot of people, like this is the early stages, and I think as people become more creative with how to use this, we're gonna see a lot more interesting projects. We're gonna see people really doing some like unusual and groundbreaking things.
Yeah.
And that's exciting to see. Because like for a long time, like one of the frustrations I have like with Instagram is it's always just like a square, or like now they have reels and stories and stuff, but you know, you don't make money off of it. Instagram is making a lot of money off of you, and you're kind of like, you know, it's I don't know. I kind of got tired of it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that's why, you know, Web3 social media will be kind of cool. I mean, it's what's really interesting. I don't know how this is going to work, but you know, Reddit is partnering with Arbitrum, and I'm assuming they're going to somehow tokenize Reddit. I don't, you know, like some kind of community point based system. Uh, I don't really know how that's going to work. I have been thinking, I'm not on Reddit at all, but I'm thinking about starting one because of like the podcasting stuff I'm thinking about doing. Oh, which speaking of which, a couple people in here I've been talking to about this podcast stuff. I had a really cool idea of, instead of doing like a weekly podcast where everybody has to um you know, like where we'd have to plan it out and do something really like strictly planned. I was thinking about doing something similar to this format, except just have like a revolving co-host type of situation where, you know, we get together like three or four other co-hosts, and then everybody just has to do 1 week a month kind of thing. And then everybody can kind of have their expertise in what they want to talk about every month, and I will just have to do my research every week and be ready. I don't have anywhere to plug this in. Yeah,
One computer is about to die. I had to go get the charger. All right, we're good.
all right, I'm back. So so yeah, I had some cool ideas for the podcast thing. The reason I brought that up is because yeah, like I said, with the Reddit Arbitrum thing, I think I would start up a Reddit and do some blogging there as well to go with the podcast. But yeah, like Web3 and social media moving to that type of a thing where, you know, maybe you're kind of like earning tokens for posting or like for people liking and sharing, and you know, it's going to be interesting to see how social media gets tokenized and how we can start like earning, you know, earning from
Well,
you
yeah,
know, yeah.
I mean, you get compensated for your work.
Right.
I mean, that's
NFTs are kind of the first step towards that. But DeFi and basically every protocol you use on the blockchain, you get rewarded for using it. So once social media figures out a way, you know, with all these scaling solutions, it's coming. You know, Stani from Aave has already joked about putting Twitter on Ethereum, so he's coming for Jack. Yeah. Anything else? So yeah, I'm really excited about, you know, a lot of things going on with NFTs, and I am excited about the stuff with Decentraland and things like that as well. I'm really jumping at this from all angles. You know, we are doing Get Up Piero on Instagram, which is a choose your adventure, and I'm already trying to think about how we can use NFTs to you know, turn that game into something on the blockchain, as well as with what we're doing on Instagram. You know, we're just thinking about all this community stuff as much as we can without actually being coders at this point, which I want to start learning coding, but I mean, or, you know, hopefully getting some people from the community that want to work with us and expand upon some ideas, because can't do everything ourselves.
I mean, that's a part of, I think, the community is bringing people together and getting different skill sets and perspectives, and that way you don't have to do everything else yourself. And I think it's more fun that way. It's more interesting.
Yep. So, any closing thoughts, anybody? We've been going about an hour, so anybody want to jump in and throw anything out there? As far as, like I said, anybody who missed out on the Poe app, you can either screenshot and DM me, or I'm just going to end up going through the list when I edit the video, and I'm going to have to create a new list since the last one's they ran out, so.
That's crazy.
But yeah, if anybody wants to get in there and say anything, now's the time.
We have a film.
Oh, we're going to do it. Oh, yeah, we're going to end with a short film. It is the short film that goes with the NFT that we dropped tonight. And
Can I say something?
And
quick?
that was yeah.
Absolutely.
So, there was a flower that I really like from you guys. Remember the one that I showed you? I just can't get it over my head.
Is it from Cosmic Spaghetti?
I can't remember, but it was so beautiful. It was like I don't know if you've seen the Japanese artist that worked with Doraemon. Maybe you guys don't know. But she kind of that flower really reminded me of it, and it was so cute. It was like super kawaii. I kind of really like it. It would be nice if it was like on a shirt or something. Just hinting, hint.
I think he mentioned it in the chat last time. I can probably scroll up and find it. I think.
I'm very curious now because
Yeah, I can't remember right now.
I think it's up there in the chat somewhere.
I really want to see it. Oh.
Nope, that's not it.
Are you sure it was us?
Yeah, I remember him saying it.
Someone else, because I've made a lot of flower animations.
I think it was in Cosmic Spaghetti, because that's what we showed last time.
It
Nope,
could
I can't find it.
I think I remember a table, but I don't remember the flower, which is kind of funny. I don't know why I remember the flower, but just don't remember I remember a table or something.
Table. The trailer, Piero trailer, you know, the Motel Piero that had.
Wait.
But that wasn't like cartoony or anything.
No, I think I can figure this out though. I'm gonna have to try to figure it out.
If not, I'm gonna search it.
Oh man. Awesome. Yeah, we want to do some clothes, some like no, that's not it. It was from an animation.
No, but these are the clay little flowers that I've been making obsessively. And they're kind of cute. Let me show you. Here. Can you bring it close?
Hold on. Here we go.
Closer.
Oh,
I love it.
I don't think they're the ones that I saw. Wait.
There's just a bunch of them. So.
No, I think those were the animated ones. Probably from Cosmic Spaghetti, because, yep.
I'm like rewatching all your videos right now.
Yeah, if it's in Cosmic Spaghetti, that's one of the ones I sent you for the event. Oh, speaking of which, since you're here, you might as well tell everybody about the events we got coming up for Stellar Gate.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot. Okay, so I mean, we have so many. I'm gonna blow up, like no joke. But the we have something that actually everyone can be involved, because this is coming from Polygon, right? So we still are trying to make it work. I can't tell too much about it because Polygon told me to be shh. But basically, all I can say is that if you mint on Polygon Network, and you have artwork in Polygon, uh, we could definitely like try to work with you to promote your art, because we are working on on an event and we're trying to make it really big in Decentraland. We're like throwing like a bunch of ideas and whatnot, and you know, the main theme of it at least is gonna be surrounding some like funny stuff. I'm gonna see, maybe as time goes on, maybe I can release more info about it, but about some fun stuff, right? And so you know, they're planning to do many things with it. So as time goes on, you know, we'll definitely let you know, because for sure Timo is gonna be in there, and you know, we're just kind of checking. So just keep in touch, definitely here on the Zim Timo community, Stellargate, and you know, just look forward to it, because it's going to be really big, and we're planning to contact corporations, companies. Like, it's going to be intense, I'm telling you, and I just don't even know how involved I got involved with that. But I mean, Sandeep was also into it too, and if Sandeep's in it, it means that we have like a, I'll say maybe more than a 50% approval at least for that event. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, so hopefully
Yeah.
it goes well. We're doing the draft right now. But other than that, we have a doggy event coming up. It was supposed to be like early this month, but Shiba, because we're working with the Shiba community, it has been a little bit rough, because Shiba community is, I think they're really focusing on the doggy DAO, which is like their, you know, their DAO. And so we're planning to have that one launch by the end of this month, like by the 25th, 28th, and we're gonna be putting up Zim Timo's videos, which are very kawaii, the spaghetti, the cosmic spaghetti, and
Yeah.
and more, because he has sent me some clips, and I think that'll be wonderful to show the audience, because it's kind of like not, you know, just not for pets, but also to show the creativity in our museum. And you know, if you want to be part also like of our museum, that'll be great. Just, you know, send me a DM, and we'll make it happen, because right now we're going through a revamp process where we're just trying to make it super eye candy, where like people want to get in and check out the art, because you know, in the end, I feel like that's what, you know, kind of brings interest into the building, and search it and kind of see what art there is, and whatnot. And so we're planning to make it like a floating museum, kind of like a building on top of like a floating, I don't know, earth or something. So it's gonna be super
Nice.
interesting. And you know, if you have art, it doesn't matter if it's on Ethereum or Polygon. We definitely wanna help you out. There's like some restrictions on it just because of the blockchain. There's still some integrations that have to go with that. But yeah, and then another thing too that we're planning is, and this one I can tell because this is actually our own project. But uh, if you're doing any sort of wearables, I'm not sure if they're like people here from DCL, but if you're doing wearables, you're trying to sell your wearables in DCL, we're trying to do a fashion event by the end of this year. So yeah, that's funny because you you were just talking about fashion, and you know, we're definitely planning to do that with wearables. I'm not sure if we can expand that to something else now that I'm thinking about it, because why not, right? I mean, we could be showing fashion from, you know, just anywhere. It doesn't need to be just wearables. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I like the idea too. Like, it's a little bit different, but I like the idea, you know, why not, if you buy a wearable in Decentraland, you know, also be able to get that t-shirt to wear in real life, you know? That would
Oh,
be cool
snap.
too.
Yeah, that's what we've been talking about, wanting to do something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do it. I
Well,
didn't even think about that. That's a good idea. Yeah.
because yeah, wearable is an NFT that exists in
Yeah,
yeah,
we've talked about.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely want to do a lot more crossover stuff with
Mhm.
metaverse and whatever VR things. Uh, yeah, it's
Because I
so
still
much.
like physical artifacts. Like, that's the thing.
Right.
Like, I still enjoy, you know, making things in the real world and being able to share that with people. And I don't see why this space can't include that part as well. You know, because
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and another another idea that we have coming up for an NFT drop is actually part of an album that I was working on that we're doing we have an album that we're working on that is 9 songs that are under a minute, but we have a preliminary thing that we've already finished that we're going to do as a test drop more or less. And the cool thing is we want to, I don't know if you've seen our on cyber gallery, but basically as you approach an NFT, it'll start playing and you can hear it. So I'm going to put the album up around the room and you can walk around and listen to the album one track at a time. I'm hoping to do something a little more immersive, more like Brian Eno, like where basically you could walk around the room and hear all of the music at the same time, and it would be overlapping in different ways depending on where you're standing.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you've talked about this, like doing this in a real physical gallery space or just any kind of space. And,
Right.
you know, this could be a great time to do something like that.
Exactly. So we've got some cool music, art, NFT drops and ideas planned. It's going to be cool and weird for us with our NFT stuff because as filmmakers and a musician and illustrator and fashion design, like we're just doing all kinds of different stuff and it doesn't really form like a cohesive collection. So it'll be interesting to see how that kind of works out.
How it comes together.
Yeah.
Well, we have also because I mean I mentioned at least the projects that I'm involved with, but we have like other artists that are doing their own projects within the same building. Like we have someone that is doing tarots. She does tarot reading, and then she's also getting people that are doing photography to do an exhibition. So that's another one. But I don't know if I mean you probably have seen Deep Thoughts. I don't know if you have seen
Yeah.
NHQ. Yeah. So he's actually doing a deep thought session, and last time we had a bunch of people, and we were retweeted by NFT Plazas, which brought even more people than we had even imagined. So if you want to, let's say, promote your music, we can always put out like links, and we have learned from the first session because the first session was like super quick. Like I was trying to like do everything because he didn't come to the event. I had to do it, and he was supposed to do it, and I was like, oh, I don't know how. I was like one day before I was trying to like organize everything, but this time we have learned from what we have missed from the first session, and I think it will be like super good exposure. If you're a musician, because it looks like we're gonna be in the New Stellar also for Decentraland, because last time we were also in the New Stellar, and that just brought a bunch of people. We're just not expecting that. Like our server just kind of boomed from like 40 people to 300 in like a second.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, man. I'm down to be a part of whatever. We're I was down for a while, but I'm ready to jump back in. I mean, there's so much going on over there. I need to really play catch up and
Yeah. Oh
start
my
learning some stuff. Yeah, man. I had something else I wanted to say. Oh yeah, I know you were talking about how like minting on Polygon's not really gaining a lot of traction yet. You know, I don't know. There's just a lot of narratives in crypto and whatever. But that was one idea that I had was about minting some things, on Rarible, on OpenSea or whatever, on Ethereum. But then also having like a companion set minted on Polygon that you can drop people who bought the Ethereum. Anybody who buys the Ethereum NFT can also get airdropped the Polygon NFT as kind of a component, as a partner piece,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, there was another artist that I was speaking to, and he was dropping everything on Ethereum, and I was like, because we're Polygon, side, and I was like, try to mentor on Polygon, like, come on, like, let's go. And I was like, nah, like it doesn't, almost everything is being minted on Ethereum, and so I'm kind of YOLOing right now because I'm about to drop like 10K dragons and heroes, and I mean, I got a lot of good feedback on the dragons actually. I was not expecting that feedback because I put up the link to see, I was like, I'm just gonna give some dragons away because it was like a first event of D&D, and
Yeah,
that form like
they're cool.
exploded. So we're gonna be using Polygon. I'm gonna YOLO with that hard. I already did it, so there's no going back at this.
Well, the one we released today is on Polygon. We signed up for Try Showtime on the Polygon network, and as a Genesis creator,
Oh, nice.
and so they were like, "Oh, whatever you want to mint, your first minting is free." So this was an idea we had been sitting on, and just because it's our first film, so we were like, "Oh, let's mint this on there," and
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, we did our first one on Polygon today. So
I think that's a good thing, and I
yeah,
feel like we should probably promote this too on the, anything that anyone does on Polygon that we are aware of. We should probably promote that as part of like a community because I feel like Polygon is missing that key part.
yeah.
So
And I
yeah.
mean, I think it's gonna change. The cross chain thing is gonna take off a lot more because on the profile for Try Showtime, you can see all of my NFTs on Ethereum, Polygon, and Tezos. So that's like the only place where you can see all of my NFTs right now.
Mm,
Otherwise, you got to go to 3 different websites, or you got to, yeah, like on Rarible, you can't see the Polygon stuff. On OpenSea, you can see the Polygon and the Ethereum stuff, but not the
yeah.
Tezos. But on Try Showtime, you can see all my NFTs. So
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to take a look into that.
yeah, I dropped it in the social media drops channel. You can see our Try Showtime link, and I mean, you have to link your wallet or whatever. I linked the Temple wallet, so you can see I have 2 on Tezos that I bought. Um, yeah. So, oh yeah, what time is the tarot thing tomorrow?
Oh, tomorrow at 3 p.m. UTC.
Okay, 3 p.m. UTC.
Yeah,
Cool.
let
So
me.
everybody come check out the tarot thing on Stellar Gate. You can, if you go to our announcements channel, you'll see all of the Stellar Gates announcements are linked to our channel as well.
Okay, that nonsense. Like we have so much stuff. I feel like the next thing that we're gonna do might blow up because we have like this marketing, like I don't know, this marketing person from Polygon who's like super intense. I have no idea how we're gonna control that server if it does go more than one. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be crazy.
It's a good problem to have. So
I think so. Yeah, I don't know. Managing the Discord servers. I don't know how is it for you guys, but it's like crazy for me.
oh yeah. I mean, I'm constantly like jumping over, or I'm jumping around like and noticing like, oh, I got tagged in something. I missed this. How did I miss this?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's because I
it's
mean, right now I
crazy.
have like I think more than 20 servers that I'm in, and like trying to check every single project, and it's like, oh my god, I go crazy. You miss a day in like crypto, and it just like it feels like you missed, I don't know, like 20 days or something.
Oh yeah, I missed 8 of them in a row. I might as well have just quit. I'm like,
Oh my god.
it's like, who are you people? I
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, I guess we're going to end the live stream with we're going to show you all the Final Nights of Zann, which is our first audio visual piece, and it will,
It's really short too.
yeah, it's
So
pretty short. It'll come with the NFT. Anybody who buys the NFT will get a digital package full of goodies. What's that?
No, that's it.
That's it. That's it. All right. Well, yeah, thanks Kanteltec and Jorge and everyone for coming out tonight, and join us again every Friday, next Friday. I feel like I'm missing something, but here we are. So
Too late.
All right. Here we go. We are sharing the screen. Oh yeah, the POAP thing. I guess everybody either screenshot or I will get to you. I see everybody. So let's jump into the stream and we will see you all next time. Thanks everybody for joining us. We will see y'all next week. And join us in the chat whenever you want. Good night.